You know, they followed Matthew 6 to a T. You don't wear the good works on your sleeve.
Tom and Jean Yawkey's love for their communities and their quiet sense of responsibility for those in need is captured in the careful steps they took to ensure that their legacy would live on through the work of the Yawkey Foundation. Today, the Yawkey Foundation seeks to emulate Tom and Jean's tradition of giving, of walking alongside people and organizations as they work to address problems and alleviate suffering.
We see it in our records, and we have files of letters back and forth to youngsters and their parents, where Jean and Tom would be sending money to the family or sending money directly to a college or whatever.
If there's anyone needed help, they just don't mind helping. To think about the caring and the love of people, I don't think you'll ever find anybody that's more precious, and I'm going to use that word loosely, much more precious than they are.
Their actions spoke louder than their words, and they were very giving people, and you know, like I say, the foundation speaks for itself.
It is impossible not to think of the Boston Red Sox whenever Tom or Jean Yawkey's names are mentioned. After all, they own the iconic team for more than half a century. But for those who are privileged to know Tom and Jean personally, for those of us who work at the Yawkey Foundation, and for those many individuals whose lives have been touched by their generosity, the names of Tom and Jean Yawkey bring to mind a second and more lasting legacy, a deep and unwavering generosity to the people of Boston, New England, and Georgetown County in South Carolina.
2002 sale of the Red Sox was the largest sale of any professional baseball team and probably any Major League sports team at that time. But it was that sale and the money that went from that sale that came into the Yawkey Foundation that enables us to do what we do today. It took us from a very small foundation in Boston to one of the largest in the city.
I look at what it's doing for people who are hungry. I look at what it's doing particularly for young people in what I call all the kind of risk categories. A good example of that, I think, is the Yawkey Scholarship Program, about which I am very proud.
The Yawkeys individually did so much for the Jimmy Fund and the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. It's almost incomprehensible the impact they had on that one charity and that one facility. That it grew into so much more is remarkable.
Following in the Yawkey's legacy, the foundation concentrates its work on those most in need, particularly children and families. The Yawkey Foundation is proud to have awarded more than $500 million in grants to nonprofit organizations serving those most in need. The foundation will continue to take great care to invest in nonprofit organizations in areas of healthcare, education, human services, youth and amateur athletics, art and cultural activities, and wildlife conservation, so we may preserve and perpetuate the original philanthropic vision and charitable interests the Yawkeys held so very near and dear to their hearts.